Okay, it's this recording, yeah.
Okay,
You're
so today is April 18th, 2020.
Thank you. I forgot.
I'm going to give you a speech on how banks work, okay? And hopefully if we have time, either today or tomorrow, I can give you another speech on how stock market works.
All right.
And then you will have a fundamental understanding for the next two lectures. What caused the Great Depression of 1929
Yes.
that ended in 1930s. And then I'll give you another lecture on what caused the Great Recession that started in about 2007 that ended in 2009.
Okay.
But for you to be able to understand that, you need to understand two things: how banks work and how stock market work.
Okay.
Okay. So now let me go to the first topic of today.
Okay.
Let me see. How do I share the screen with you? How do I first?
There's supposed to be an icon at one part of the screen.
Okay. That
At the
says share
bottom.
screen, right? Share
Yes.
screen. Yeah. So let me go to. So can you see my screen now?
Yes, I can. Oh, Papa
Okay.
Class of Money's Matters. Okay, I'm impressed by the graphic, but you are missing a question mark, actually, and you have too many tabs open. Unprofessional.
Okay. So it should be classes on money matters. But let me tell you how do banks work, okay?
Okay.
There are some numeric relationships here. They are not so complicated. Just try your best to follow whatever I'm trying to explain to you. If you do not follow me, just feel free to interrupt me, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Now, okay. So I'm going to make a lot of assumptions to oversimplify things so you can follow me, right?
All right.
So today, first I'm going to try to explain to you where does a bank get its original money, right? So suppose let's use, there's a village called South Mountain, okay?
Okay.
Suppose there are 100 families live there, okay? In economics, we call those families households, okay?
Okay.
So suppose each household deposits $100 for the bank, okay? So there's like $10,000 in total.
Okay.
In the bank. That's essentially both the assets of the company, of the bank, and the liability of the bank. It's the asset in that the company, the bank sort of owns it and could use it, right?
Yes.
It's liability of the bank in that people who deposit the money there could go there and withdraw the money, right? And the bank has to honor that kind of withdrawal demand.
Yes.
Okay? So, and the bank pays each household, say, 1% interest each year. So every family will get at the end of the year $1 as their interest. Okay?
Wow. Okay.
That's not a lot of money. So that's practically speaking how much bank used to pay people. Okay? Nowadays they pay you even less. Okay?
Of course.
Less than 1%. So let's suppose the bank, before you have the bank, you should have the owner of the bank who set up the bank, right?
Yeah.
Suppose the bank is owner by the name of Mr. Bankers, okay?
Wow.
He put in like $5,000 into the bank. And then he owns all the shares of the bank, right? So he's entitled to all the profit of the bank, okay?
Yes. Okay.
So now the bank has $15,000 in cash, right?
Uh-huh.
So far, so good. Not too hard to follow, right?
No.
Okay, let's oversimplify. Let's forget about, the bank has to pay its employee and pay its rent, utility, and all that, right? Right. For now, the bank only has a interest expense of $100 payable to 100 households in the village of South Mountain, right?
Yes.
So far, very simple, right?
Very. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, the bank has to make money to pay this $100 interest in total, right?
Uh-huh.
Mr. Bankers did not open a bank so that he would pay his neighbors his own money, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So he need to put his neighbors $10,000 to work. And how does he do it? He does it by lending the money to individuals and businesses in the hope of making more than $100 back, right?
Yes.
So the bank has to charge a higher interest rate, for example, 3%, 5% on the money it lends to people, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Traditionally, a bank could not lend more money than it has. Okay.
Yeah.
But things are more complicated, much more complicated than that.
Is there like a limit of how much they can lend? Like, is there a specific number or percentage that they can't let out, or is it just all of their money? They can't lend out all their money, or they can't lend out like 75%?
Sophie, it's much more complicated now. For today's purpose, let's just keep it simple.
Okay.
Let's just stick to the very fundamentals so that you can structurally understand those concepts. Okay. So let's assume bank could not lend more money than it has at hand. So that's $15,000 in total, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now I'm going. Whenever you need me to slow down and explain or clarify anything, just let me know. Okay.
Of course.
So how does the bank make its lending decisions, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
based on credit?
There are many things, right, going into this decision, right? But it's not science, okay?
Yeah.
It has some principles, but it's not exactly sort of like physics, okay? So let's use an example. So we're gonna have this person by the name of Johnny, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And Johnny, maybe an Italian American immigrant. He just loves pizza and he has got a knack for it. Okay.
Okay.
He makes very delicious pizza. And, his grandma, gives him the recipe. Just like true American immigrant success story, right?
Wow, the American dream.
Yes, and tragedy. Okay.
Oh! What's gonna happen? Is he gonna go into debt? Johnny.
But a lot of American people don't understand basic finance. The purpose of those kind of lectures is for them to grasp this concept, so they will manage their American dreams without getting into any serious trouble. So let's go back to Miss Johnny. Okay, Miss Johnny, everybody thinks his pizzas are just great. So
good for you, Johnny.
Yeah. So everybody says, Johnny, look, you should not work for that. Michael, whoever, right? Just open up your own restaurant, right? But he doesn't have the money, right? So he needs $1,000 to buy the restaurant, right?
Only?
But Sophie, I'm using those numbers. What matters is their relationship to each other, right? Not their absolute numbers, right? You can multiply them by 1,000 to make this 1 million, right? But if you do that, you need to do that to every other number that has the this kind of relationship with it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So today, it takes about $1 million for you to become a franchisee of Pizza Hut, on average.
Wow.
Okay. So let's just use $1,000 instead of $1 million, so to make these mathematics too complicated to follow. Okay.
Yes.
especially for American teenagers, okay? Okay, so Johnny has only $100 saving, okay? He's just an average South Mountain villager, you know, just like any other South Mountain household, right?
Uh-huh.
But he has a house that's with no mortgage. The fair market value of the house is, you know, $1,200, okay?
Okay.
So Mr. Banker look at him and he knows Mr. Johnny and he has tasted his pizza. He knows he's a decent man. He doesn't cheat. He doesn't steal. So Mr. Banker think, look, Johnny, business is business. I love you. I love your pizza. But look, I'm gonna lend you $900, okay? But I'm gonna charge you 5% interest rate, okay?
Okay.
So at the end of the year, you're gonna have to pay me $45 for the interest for the first year, right?
Yes.
Okay, and you pay me $900. That's principal, right?
Uh-huh.
Pay that back to the bank in 20 years. Okay,
Okay.
that's $45 per year, right?
Can somebody, if they all of a sudden, let's say, win the lottery or something, can they pay back all their debt, or do they have to wait?
You hire, you know, lawyers like me to draft all these documents, right?
Oh, so it depends on the situation?
Yeah, some loan document will say, yes, you as borrower, you could prepay your loan without penalty, okay? Some loan document will say, you have to pay some prepayment penalty.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so it all depends how the contract works, okay?
Okay.
Now, I'm just trying to make the mathematics simple. In today, most people do not do it in my way. They make it monthly payment. And they try to make all the monthly payment in the next 20 years equal, equal installment payment. Like your mortgage and car payment, you only get an even, like same amount of payment every month. Okay?
Yeah.
Now I construct this kind of simple examples for you. I make it easy to follow for you. So
Thank you.
What I do is that, okay, so first year, you owe me $900 in total, right? So
yes.
at the end of first year, pay me $45 interest, and at the end of first year, pay me $45 principal, right? So the next year, you only owe me on the bank $855, right? At the beginning of year two. So multiplied by 5%, Mr. Johnny's interest payment for the second year will be less than $45.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah, but nowadays people kind of amortize this whole thing. This kind of how to calculate that, you are going to learn that in business school, okay? You're too young for that, okay?
Yeah.
So just conceptually, now you know, Mr. Banker, you know, give Johnny a loan. Now Johnny has the money to buy this restaurant, to realize his American dream of owning his own business, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, but Mr. Banker is a very shrewd banker. He said, no, Johnny, I love you, I like you, but business is business, okay?
Dang it.
Nothing personal. I wish you to succeed because that works better for me. But if you don't, you pledge your house and your pizza restaurant as collaterals to the bank.
Not the pizza restaurant.
And your house, okay?
Yeah.
That's how it works, okay?
Yeah.
So Mr. Bankers figure that if Mr. Johnny fails to pay the $45 principal each year, all annual interest, which will decrease as time goes by, right? So the bank can foreclose. That means the bank can take over the ownership and sell the restaurant, okay? And if the sale of a restaurant is not enough to pay whatever balance is due to the banker back then, right?
Can he request what to sell? Can he request
Johnny?
If the bank wants to sell Johnny's car because his car is very expensive or something, but Johnny loves his car and he wants his house to be sold instead, could he instead request for them to sell his house?
That's a matter of contract, right? Johnny and Mr. Banker could talk about it, right? But Mr. Banker is very shrewd. You see, Mr. Banker knows that a restaurant could fail, right?
Mr. Banker is a jerk.
That's capitalism, yes, right?
Thank
but
you.
it's his money. You have to respect
No,
the people's money,
money.
right? It's the fruit of his labor, right?
Yeah.
So that's what capitalism is about, and you cannot be too cynical about it. Right? You have to respect other people's money, right?
Capitalism.
Right. So Mr. Banker said, "Okay, Johnny, your restaurant may not be worth enough if your business has failed, right, to cover whatever amount that may be due to me, right?
Yes.
So I also need you to pledge your house to me as a collateral. I'm going to grab your house and sell it, okay? And after the sales price pays whatever amount you are due to me, like you should pay to me, right? Any amount left over, I'll give back to you, right? Okay. So Johnny talks to his wife, his neighbor, his children. Everybody said, Johnny, do it. You are so good. You are going to succeed. Don't worry about it. We can order so many pizzas from you. You definitely going to be able to pay Mr. Banker $90 back each year, okay? And the amount will become less and less each year, right? Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so they sign all these documents, they close the loan, and then Johnny takes the money, close the purchase of the restaurant from the owner, okay?
Yeah.
It usually happens at the same time, okay? Got it?
Got it.
So far, you're good, right?
Yes, I think so.
This is Johnny's example. Now Johnny is a happy business owner, right?
Yay.
Okay, now let's see. But so now, remember, Mr. Bankers has $15,000 to lend, right?
Yeah.
He has only lent $900 out, right? Okay, so and that makes him $45 interest each year income, right?
Yeah.
Assuming Johnny is able to pay it, right? Okay, but that's not enough for Mr. Bankers to pay his $100 interest payment to all the villagers in South Mountain Village, right?
Yeah.
So Mr. Bankers is looking to lend more money out, right? And here comes Sophie, okay?
Oh, hi.
Hi. So
of course you made me practice law.
Sophie has finished law school and she worked for a few years for other lawyers, and then she feel like she's ready to hang out her own shingle, to start up her own law practice, okay?
Wow.
Okay, but Sophie doesn't have all the money to cover her own cost of living, the rental expense for the office, the utility, and maybe Sophie wants to hire a paralegal so she could be more productive, okay?
Yes.
Okay, so Sophie goes to Mr. Banker, say, Mr. Bankers, I need $300. Imagine, okay? Just multiply everything by 1,000, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so that in the next 3 years, I have money to rent my apartment, to buy grocery, and to pay my paralegal, so I look like, an impressive lawyer, right? So that client could trust me that I have got a bona fide, office and office support and everything to do the work they want me to do for them, right? And so Mr. Banker, look at your credit, right? You have been good kid, you went to decent law school, he made a few calls to your, partners at your law firm, if you permit, right?
Yes.
Privacy and all that, right? And everybody said, yeah, Sophie's a good kid, you know, she has a good judgment and good legal skills, and the bar association, everybody said, you know, verify that you are duly admitted to practice law in the state of, you know, wherever South Mountain is, right? So Mr. Banker said, Sophie, look, since you are not going to have any kind of collateral, okay?
Yeah.
Because you're young, right? You don't have a house, and you're not buying any business, right? You're starting your own law practice, right? So I'm going to charge you 6% because you know your business is a little bit more risky. But on the other hand, your risk may be less than a piece of business, okay? Because your cost is different, right? You do not need putting, you know, $900 into this business, right? You just need an office, right? Everything is in your head, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So
also my college
it makes sense, right? Mr. Banker says, Sophie, I'm going to lend you $300, right? But not in one shot, right? I'm going to give you $100 now, and you can see whether it will last a year, okay?
Okay.
So you multiply by 1,000. That's probably today's cost of living and everything, and cost of doing business, right? Okay. So and here's you two agree to structure the loan in this way. You're gonna get $100 right now, $100 a year from today, and then one more pay you know, $100, you know, in about 2 years, right? Which will last you for 36 months, right? And hopefully during this 36-month period, you're gonna make enough money, okay, to just pay the interest, right?
Yeah.
So at the end of the first year, you pay Mr. Banker $6 as interest for the first $100, right? At the end of the second year, you pay Mr. Banker $12 to cover $200 loan now, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the third year, you pay Mr. Banker $18 for all the $300 he has lent to you, right? And hopefully, after 36 months, your law practice will take off, and it will enable you to pay the $300,000 you borrowed, right? Like in the next 10 years. So that means $30 each year. Like, so you will like gradually reduce your principal amount outstanding, right? So each year your interest rate will go down in my like simple construct, right?
Yeah.
Again, nowadays most people will make $300 loan and then will do it in 12, like 15 years, 20 years, or 10 years. But every month they will figure out a number for which it will cover, you know, the interest and the principal payment. But initially, most of the money goes to pay the interest, right? Because the principal is so big, most of the money goes to pay off the interest and then leaving a little bit amount to reduce the principal. But the principal will slowly come down.
Okay.
Got it? And at the end of the term of the loan, all the principal will be paid off, and then you do not owe the bank any money. Right? So if your so you have a payment schedule of $6, $12, $18, and then jump up like 30 plus $18, $48, right? And then $46.20, and then $44.44, and then come down, right?
Yeah.
So you have a payment schedule. In the event you run into any kind of short-term financial difficulty, Mr. Bankers may restructure your loan. Okay, he can tweak the schedule a little bit so long as at the end he gets 6% interest on whatever amount is due to him.
6% interest is so much.
Huh?
6% interest is so much.
Oh, Sophie, a lot of people, their credit card interest is about 20%.
Oh damn! I'm never getting a credit card, and
Most people don't understand that. Okay.
Yeah.
So now he has lent, like at the end of the first year, he has lent $1,000 out, right? Okay. Now let's go to the next slide. So at the end of first year, assuming you are able to pay the $6 and Mr. Johnny is able to pay $45, right? The bank will earn $51 interest, right?
Yeah.
But the bank still has $14,000 cash left, right?
Oh.
Right? Remember, it has $15,000 to begin with, right?
It did.
Yeah. So remember the first slide, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
put it on present mode.
huh?
Do you know how to put slides into a present mode?
So that I would not have like small slides.
Yeah, so it's full screen.
Okay. That is kind of technological challenge, like most lawyers are. Okay. Is it better? But still not big enough.
Oh, that's
Yeah, I think there must be a button to click just for this. I see what you mean.
yeah. But it's yes, it's not that important.
Okay, so you get the concept, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now also remember at the end of the year, Mr. Johnny will pay the banker $45 back, right? And also people may deposit more money, so it may be more than $14,000, right? But people may withdraw money, right? So just to make things simple, let's just assume that it would stick to like $14,000. So Mr. Bankers will be losing money because he only made $51 and he needs to write $100 check out to 100 households in South Mountain, right?
Yes.
So Mr. Banker needs to lend more money out, right? But it's a very delicate balancing act, okay? He wants to lend at least more than $5,000 out. Why? Because he himself put $5,000 in, right? If he just lend like less than $5,000 out, he can just use his own money, right? Without having to pay other people $100 to essentially borrow $10,000 money from them, right?
Yeah.
He's essentially borrowing money from all the villagers.
Oh, yeah,
right?
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
So he wants to put some of the $10,000 of other people's money to work. Okay.
Okay.
Otherwise, he's sending those people money out of his own 5,000.
Oh,
got it. Which he, like $100 he lends to you, the $900 he lends to Mr. Johnny. He has that money, right? He has $5,000 to begin with. Follow me?
I do.
Okay. So let's see. I have two scenarios for you now, right?
You
In
do?
first scenario, he lends $8,000 out. Okay, essentially he lends all of his own, but all his money are together. You cannot really separate it. But conceptually, you can think that he lends his own $5,000 out, and then he lends $3,000 out of the $10,000 people deposit with his bank out, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now when he lends $8,000 out, he has a hope, he has assumption, okay?
Mm-hmm.
He hopes that people will not come to the bank to
And
withdraw more
withdraw.
than $7,000 at any given point of time.
That's what a bank rush is, right? When people, too
Yes,
many people. Ah,
because if
I
you
agree.
have $8,000 out already, right, and no money comes back, right,
Yeah, then you can't give anyone money.
then you cannot give people $7,000 money. Then they have the legal right to demand from you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Remember, they give you $10,000, so they certainly have a right to get $7,000 back.
Yeah.
They actually have a right to get $10,000 back, but you just hope not all of them will come at the same time to demand the money, right?
Yes.
Because people, they kind of spread out, right? You know, some people may need to go to college and then or retire, and some people may need to buy a house. Some people may start a new business. So, but you kind of over a long term, you figure out, okay, on average, I can count on XYZ dollar amount being at any given moment readily available to me, right?
Yes.
So $8,000 loan outstanding, if he makes that much loan, right?
Uh-huh.
At 5% interest rate makes $400 for him, right? For the bank.
Uh-huh.
So after paying $100 of interest expense, so the bank will have 300 gross profit, right?
Yes.
And that is before paying salaries, utilities, rent, and all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now, after paying everything, he may not feel like he's making enough money, right?
Yeah.
So Mr. Banker may become a little bit more aggressive. So he decides to lend
Damn.
$12,000 out, okay?
Wow.
Okay, so he hoped people will not come to the bank to withdraw more than $3,000 at any given point of time. Even
That's not.
Johnny and Sophie and other borrowers fail to pay their, interest or principal repayment, right?
Yeah.
And you usually can count on that, right?
Usually.
Yeah, most of them, right? You can count on most of them to pay the interest and principal repayment most of the time, right?
Most of the time.
So that's tricky, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you being a banker and you're being good at assessing people's abilities to repay you and people's need to withdraw cash, right? Based upon your experience, your knowledge about those 100 families, right?
Yeah.
And so $12,000 loan outstanding at 5% interest rate will make $600 for the bank just as income, interest income, right?
I see.
So after $500 of expense in the form of interest, you're gonna pay to every household in South Mountain Village. You have $500 gross profit, right?
Yeah.
So after paying a salary for yourself and your employees and your landlord and utility company, you are more comfortable, more confident that the bank will be profitable, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now your risks are increased, right? The risks of a bank failure increased, right?
This is why communism is key.
What, what does this have anything to do with communism?
Go on.
But you follow me so far.
I do.
Okay. So that's pretty much, the essence of how a bank works in like about these 35, 40 minutes of presentation. Now, suppose the bank lends $12,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the worst case scenario, right? Johnny's pizza business fails, right?
No.
It's the real world, right?
No.
There's no foolproof business, right?
Johnny was foolproof. His
And-
friends were all gonna buy his pizza and they're all gonna be happy. He's gonna live the American dream.
There may be a tsunami or hurricane, and South Village may be submerged, right? South Mountain, right?
But Johnny could serve pizza underwater.
he and
Hire me as business
and
ideas.
suppose his house could not be sold quickly because
He
nobody
could
wants the house
live. He could
because there's
live
economic
inside
crisis, right?
the pizza
Huh?
store. He could live inside the pizza store. It's his home now. It's not just a shop, it's a home.
But again, Mr. Banker takes over the house, but nobody wants to buy it, right? Because the economy is in recession, right?
Yeah.
So Mr. Banker could only sell it for example, for like $500 instead of originally $900, right?
Yeah.
So the bank loses $400 alone on this, okay? On this loan, okay?
Okay.
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 And what if more borrowers, I should not have put down lenders there. What if more borrowers fail in their business, right?
Just not Johnny. Johnny
Yeah,
can't fail.
They may not. It's possible. It's not a truly long-term fundamental business failure, but maybe just they do not have the cash when the payment is due, right? For example, if there's a month or a quarter long shutdown like what we are going through right now, right?
Yes.
So nobody is going to suppose you lend to a hotel and nobody goes to a hotel now, right?
Johnny,
huh?
Homeless people are living in hotels these days, and the nonprofit organizations pay for them.
But you assume a nonprofit organization has money, right?
That's fair.
Yeah. So, but what if, and then remember these 100 families who deposit money, right?
So upset.
In the bank, right? They suddenly they need cash now. Huh?
Johnny failed us. I thought he.
Don't worry, Johnny is just a make-believe person, okay?
Johnny's real.
So, but people do not understand that, right? People just know Johnny's business has failed. People are afraid that Miss Bankers will no longer have enough money coming in or left over there, right?
Yeah.
To honor people's demand for withdrawal of their cash, because everybody now needs cash, right?
So now they're going to worsen the situation by see.
So, and remember, the bank now only has $3,000 cash left, right?
Mm-hmm.
Although the bank lose money, the bank doesn't have to shut down. So long as people do not go there, demand more than $3,000 back, right?
Yeah.
The bank as a matter of economic fundamentals, the bank could actually take over the pizza restaurant and Johnny's house, right? And wait for the economic tide to turn, right? You see what I mean?
Yeah.
And then get maybe more than what Johnny would have paid the bank.
Yeah.
But the bank may not be in a financial position, a legal position to wait that long, right?
Oh, so you're saying that sometimes as a lawyer you can twist it so your
No,
client gets their money
no.
back?
So this is much more complicated than what I intend to make you understand for now, right? But
Yeah.
essentially what I'm trying to make you understand is that if enough people go to the bank and demand more cash, which they are legally entitled to demand, right?
Yeah.
Then the bank has, right?
Mm-hmm.
At any given moment, then the bank has failed. Although the economy, the society may not have failed. The piece of business, if it's managed by a more capable person, may turn around, right?
He was a very capable person. Thank you very much, Dad.
But or if when everybody feel more optimistic about the economy, they will buy more pizza, and then Johnny's problem may be only temporary. Got it?
But Johnny's friends promised that they would support him in
But
buying.
anyway,
Would they?
those promises are not legally enforceable. But this is the first topic of today, okay?
The first topic?
How
Those
banks work,
first
okay?
topic? Okay, yeah.
Is it too simple for you?
You've definitely taught me this before. I remember you giving me like very similar situations with exactly the same pizza store, but not Johnny's.
Okay.
Not very
So
sad.
let me stop the video for now.
Okay.
I'll call, okay.
Send
And
me the
then-
link to the YouTube video so I can rewatch it over and over again and make us
And
famous.
see how boring this is, okay?
No. I'll put it on double speed and I'll put it on mute and I'll play it over and over and over and over again so we get a million views and you get money.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye. Thank you.
Bye. So how do I find, where do I find the video?
It's it saves to your camera roll. I think. I'm pretty sure. Or you can look it up somewhere. I'm not
Okay.
as savvy
Okay.
as
Okay, thank you, Sophie.